So we got the traitor reveal. We learned that York is the traitor. I'm not going to ask anything specific. I'm just ask you guys, what did you get from York being the traitor? I want to start with Ragnar. What did you get from this whole York reveal being the traitor? Was you satisfied with it being York? The reason, the reasoning, what?
Satisfied.
Yeah, like
I
was
was more like I was convinced. This just helped me. It was like I told you. I believe these satellites are Vegapunk. So, like he said, they are a part of me. They represent a certain part of me, and all of them together makes me. So that York is Vegapunk, a part of him, like a significant part of him, 1/6 of him to be exact, right? So if you just take that into consideration, deep down and inside, Vegapunk always wanted to be a celestial dragon,
mm-hmm.
which is why he probably sold out Mads, like the traitor he actually is. You know what I'm saying? So when he got betrayed by his own people, the same way he betrayed his own people back in the day, it was karma. All this is karma. Um, I also don't think it's York. I think this is Atlas, who can change his body into anything he wants. So yeah,
You don't think it's York? You
yeah,
so
I think there's a chance of it just being Atlas, that who can change his body to look any way he wants.
but we see Atlas with for Robin. How does that work?
He can make two of himself. Why not?
So you saying Atlas could duplicate herself or himself and mimic
I don't see
other
why not.
people? Why
Yeah,
you think
pretty
it's
much.
Atlas though? Like what makes you say Atlas of all people?
Listen to me.
Why couldn't it
I
be
think it's the
Shaka?
most un. Well,
Why
it
couldn't it
could
be?
be, yeah, but okay. I think it's unnecessary for Atlas to bring up the point. I can change my form anytime I want and look any way I want, and then we quote unquote see York pull the trigger, and then we're like, it must be York, but is it? Is it?
You do bring up an interesting situation though of this not being Atlas or not being York. Like, I didn't even really consider that. I would say, I would say, could this? Because we talk about the room, we talk about this lab that was closed off, right? Why it was closed off? Was it like housing some body or something dangerous? Could it be like whatever it was holding got out and it acts as other people? Because now that I think about it, right? Now that I think about it, we seen that thing that we seen like just taking like knocking news feeds, like the camera feeds. It did look like Saturn. It looked like Saturn. So could it be something that shapeshift? You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah, it could be.
Like, could it been
I'm
something that they
100%
was
with that.
keeping in that lab, like something that they was imprisoned in that lab that can shapeshift, and it maybe shapeshift to either Saint J Garcia or something different, which would be real coincidental if it was Saint J Garcia, like it shapeshift into him specifically while it was taking out
Hmm.
cameras. That would be a little too coincidental, where we got Jay coming to the island and everything. But now it's like maybe it wasn't him.
I
Maybe it's
think
just
that's really
somebody that
him.
looked like Jay Garcia, huh?
No, I think you're onto something with that because if what you're that could be really interesting. If someone has the ability to transform on the island,
Yeah,
they could set up all this misdirection, like could just be misdirection, right?
yeah.
I like that.
That's but you kind of like I didn't even think about the idea of that not really being York. You know what I'm saying? And then like for me, I didn't really. The one thing about this reveal that I didn't like was I didn't like her reasoning of why she's betraying Vegapunk. That she wanted to be a celestial dragon. It's like it was kind of weak in my opinion. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I was talking to Kim about it. I was saying that everybody's expecting York to have this really grandiose desire or plan after this, and you have to understand there's a chance that even though she's a apex level intelligence, that she has simple dreams. It's
Yeah.
have you ever heard of hedonism? She lives. If it's York, this is the idea. I had to give into the idea that it's York to make this basis. If it's York, she lives for pleasure. She's a hedonist at the maximum. So it's not about grandiose ideas. It's about all the
Mm.
small ideas she wants to do. Every if in the next 5 minutes she wants a smoothie, she wants a smoothie. It's not. It doesn't matter how she gets the smoothie. You're like, oh, why did she destroy an island for that smoothie? Maybe that's the only island that offers that smoothie, and they were like, we don't sell it to outsiders. So she destroyed the island to get that one smoothie. It's not grandiose. It could just simply be feeding a desire that she has in that moment. And it doesn't have to be a super calculated, super drawn out thing, a super grandiose beyond whatever you're thinking. It could just be as simple as it seems. Maybe she really just wants to be a celestial dragon.
But it's like she was getting like royal treatment with Vegapunk though. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like she was getting great. Like you look at her treatment, it's like becoming celestial dragon wouldn't really change it much. She would just have a title, and she could own. I guess you could say she could own slaves as well, right? But it's like
Yeah.
you got people feeding you. You got people doing everything you need them to do. You don't have to work. You just get fed. You get to go to sleep. You get to do all this stuff. No responsibilities. But yet you want to become a celestial dragon and you're pretty much throwing everything away just to do the same thing you already doing. Now if it
Here's
was
where we
something along
disagree,
the
though.
line, if it was some, I'll say this and I'll let you go. If it was something along the line where she was afraid that with what Vegapunk was doing, like his research was going to compromise that, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, she just kind of took initiative and she just like betrayed Vegapunk before he could be compromised, and have it to where now she transitions into a situation where she would still continue to live that lavish lifestyle. I could get that argument, right? But if it's just her wanting to get treated like a celestial dragon and all that stuff, when she's pretty much getting similar treatment, you know what I mean? It just don't make sense. But go ahead, Ragnar. I'll let you finish, and then I'm gonna let either Angel or Ragnaroks go.
My thing is this, right? I've been back and forth on this, so I'm not 100% on it. It's more like, what if you? Because you have to remember, her thing is not sloth. Her thing is desire, right? It's not sloth. So it's not that she's
Yeah.
lazy. It's that
Yeah,
her thing is doing what she desires to do most during the time she desires to do it.
yeah,
I think you should take it to like the T of what they represent. And what if one day she wanted, and this is what she desired, I want to start a new project. But the difference is she's so busy sleeping, eating, and shitting for all of these other useless beings, right? In her opinion, because she says there doesn't need to be more than one variable. This I'm just following her idea. I'm so busy catering to what they want and not what I want. I have no time to do what I want. So I'm just following her mindset here. I'm what I think is her mindset. Maybe one day York was like, you know what, today I'm gonna go for a walk. And then middle of the like right before she finishes her walk, guess what? Edison needs to pee. So she has to run back to the bathroom to pee. Why? Because we've seen them literally say, oh, I would use the bathroom right now, but I'm so busy.
well, I think it's like they
They're the
all have to
ones,
pee at the same time. You know what I mean?
they don't, the thing is, they would pee at individual time. Imagine having to sleep for every person there. You see what I'm saying? There will probably be times where York would be sleeping for like maybe days in a row. You never know. Because if you get the proper amount of sleep for everybody, you're probably sleeping for like 2 days. Maybe.
I
But maybe
don't
she
know
gets
though.
hungry in the middle of her sleep
I
and
think
she has to eat for somebody.
because when you look at it, it's like Vegapunk is one person, right? And they're all this
Yeah.
one they're all a culmination of one person. So I don't look at it as like she's sleeping for everybody. She's just sleeping for Vegapunk. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Which yeah, Vegapunk is a
yeah, you're right. You're right.
culmination of everybody and everything, but it's like I don't think she has to sleep extra. I think she would just be sleeping like like they will all be equally sleepy. They will all equally have to pee. She's just kind of the output of that, right? So because they're
Hmm.
not eating, it's not like they're all eating. So she has to take on all of the food they take and has to like dump that out. No, she's the only one eating. It's just when she eats, it nourishes all of them. When she sleeps, it recovers all of them. I don't think it's like a cumulative thing though. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We haven't really got that explanation. You know what I mean? But but at least with the eating, because it's not like they're all eating. So it's not like when it's not like if they're all drinking the equal amount of water, so it's all an equal amount of liquid in their body that she has to pee out. No, she's drinking one glass of water that quenches everyone's thirst. But I don't know. Maybe she drinks more water. Like I don't know. That's confusing, that whole situation. But I'm gonna let Ragnaroks go, and then if you have anything to dispute
Well,
Ragnar, we'll come back to
where
you.
to begin? It's definitely York, no one ever else. She literally is represents desire. Ever since ever since they revealed like the stellars and that the six stellars and that pamphlet the Super Zero revealed. As soon as I saw greed, I expected that to be the monkey wrench, that thing to like to be the supposed traitor, the malfunction, the one to just destroy everything just to get what that one thing they want. And especially what we've seen as from York, I wouldn't blame her that she wanted more because she got more. She got gluttonous. She wanted more greed and desire than what she had, or she thought she could had more. There's like it's been set in stone, and Vegapunk just never noticed.
Yeah. So pretty much, you're saying you're kind of agreeing with what Ragnar said earlier. Just she just wants more. She just it's that desire for more, and that
Yeah,
unquenchable desire she has.
yeah,
And I just I
it never
just
ends.
I look at it. I'm like, look, like you're pretty much living like a life where you could get anything you want or need at least, but I don't see how like becoming a celestial dragon really changes her situation. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, she can get whatever, even more.
I mean, I
Like
guess like if you talking like physical things like jewelry and clothes and stuff, I guess. But
everything.
you know,
Yeah, like
she's living a life that most people would want. Like most people work for, like work their ass off
yeah, but
for. But I don't see what more she could want. Like you don't
oh,
need anything else.
for you,
So,
yeah, but she didn't appreciate it
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Ragnaroks. But
because
I'm just saying I'm just
and
saying I don't get why she would want anything more. But
she, it's just
So
greed.
like I want to say something about that thing about how Ragnar was saying the debate about her not having enough time to do things that she want, and then you saying that you think that she just does it for one person. I went back to the chapter where they reveal her, and it seems that everyone has a different thing. She eats for everybody. She doesn't eat for everyone all at once. She eats for everyone at different times, I guess. Not everyone, but she eats for each single person
but
at different times.
but she
Like
peed.
she,
But
when she
I
like,
don't think.
like when she's eating, she's either eating for York or somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think. I
She
don't.
doesn't eat for she doesn't
There.
eat for everyone else at the same time because I'm looking at it. York says, "Ooh, I'm hungry. Can I get more?" And then they say, "Okay, bring seconds for Doctor York."
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying. But there was a time where like, okay. Here's a scene where I feel as though that contradicts what you said, because there is a scene that I remember specifically. There was a point where they all had to pee, right? They all had to pee or poop or one or the other. I don't remember. But York went to the bathroom. We see her walk to the bathroom, and then she relieves herself. And at the same time, all of them were relieved at the same time. It's not like one of them was relieved at that point, where it's like she just went to the bathroom for Pythagoras at that point, or she just went to the bathroom for
And Addison.
Shaka. She went to the bathroom, and we all like. I think they literally show each Vegapunk, including Stella. I think all of them relieved at the same specific time. So if that's the case, I would think she eats.
I think I see
What?
the scene you're talking about, and it seems to only be for Edison and Pythagoras, because after that we see
Yeah.
Atlas saying that he
Yeah, I was
wants
about
to
to say
digest food.
only two of them. She only relieved herself for two of them, not all of them.
What chapter was that?
Because after that we see Atlas talking about digesting
What chapter we? What chapter
food.
you at? What chapter you at?
1065.
The six faces of
I
Vegapunk,
also check that chapter.
1065. But yeah, whole chapter seems to imply, like, well, when it comes to her, it seems to be implying that she doesn't eat for everyone at once or pee for everyone at once.
Also, York could have that transformation technology to disguise herself as Jay Garcia. She probably already seen him in Marijuel back then.
What's that?
Love. The biggest thing is that Shaka says that Edison and Lilith, you three have had your fill, right?
Yeah.
So he's asking if they. So I guess that's the biggest piece of evidence that she eats for each singular Vegapunk.
Is this after the CP9 infiltration, SCP-0?
I think this is around. No, this is before.
But yeah,
But
I did
honestly,
look at it. You right though. It didn't show everybody.
when it, but
Go ahead.
when it makes when it comes to my opinion, I personally liked it because I finally got to long time, and that is an attack that wants to become a celestial dragon.
And
I've been waiting for
also
this
Atlas
for a
too.
while.
It was also Atlas that did it, because she said something about a digestion punch or something. Like what after?
Yeah.
So it was the three of them, not just Pythagoras and Edison.
And
No,
also,
I said it was only. I said when it came to the using the restroom, it was only Pythagoras and Edison.
Yeah, and I'm saying I think Atlas was in there too, or part of that
No,
group.
I didn't think that because she said something about needing to digest her food.
She said digestion punch. That's what Atlas says, digestion punch. Why would she say digestion punch though? I don't get why else. Like, what did she talk about? If she don't mean like, she wasn't relieved, the food ain't get digested. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just don't know why she said digestion punch. I'm just curious. Like right after Alice went to the bathroom, or right after York went to the bathroom, she said digestion punch. So
I think it's like the movements
Yeah.
you have to do when digesting. Like to move in order to digest faster.
Yeah, for what it
well,
says
this was
for
after.
me is
This
that
was after though. This was after
for me,
she came out of the
I don't
bathroom.
know. I don't know what translation you're looking at, but in the translation I'm looking at, it says gotta punch something to help me digest.
Yeah, I'm looking at the official. She says digestion punch.
Oh, you're looking at the official. I'm looking at T or TB.
Yeah, but either way, I'm saying it must. What I'm saying is her going to the bathroom. It seemed like it affected Atlas as well. That's all I'm saying. Like for her to say that after York went and did what she did. I'm saying it probably. It just seems like the timing of her saying that, like right after they all said much better, she said digestion punch is like. did it
Yeah, to
also
me,
affect her as well? Like, did she also need to use the bathroom as well? You know.
I mean,
But
the only thing that's stopping me is the fact that she's saying digestive is like that. Her food isn't even done breaking down. So like,
Mm,
how can she use the restroom?
yeah. Okay.
that's like a metabolism thing.
But Ragnar, did you have anything else about like the about York being the traitor?
Um, I said it's plausible based on just what I said earlier about her having not now time to do what she wants, and of course, to the average person in this world, being able to sleep, eat, and shit all day sounds amazing. But if you're a top level genius, if any day you wanted to go for a drive and you're forced to stop your drive and take a piss,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be annoying to you. Regardless of how smart you are, regardless of how great your life is, it'd be annoying, right? So
But
her
nobody.
not being able to do what she wants when she wants is enough reason for her to kill the other vagabonds, in
But
my opinion.
my disagreement on that is nobody wants to become a celestial dragon to be a worker. And she obviously know how celestial dragons
Um,
live. So like why if you want to be if you want to go out and be a scientist and be a great scientist stuff, why become a celestial dragon? Why not just be the
uh,
main go-to scientist for the world government and get great treatment? You know what I'm saying? Get
I,
damn near
maybe
celestial dragon treatment without being a celestial dragon.
They have better toilets,
maybe I mean maybe she doesn't want to worry about maybe the Marines not wanting to fund her projects anymore. Because if she's a celestial dragon, she'll have enough money to fund almost any project she wants.
But that's
and
But
not
that's
like if she's
exactly
just a
what
she's
Vegapunk
just
has.
let Angel
if
finish.
she's just like Vegapunk, if she's just like Vegapunk, she could be disposed of at any minute. They could decide that they don't need her anymore, or that they don't want to help her, or they don't want to fund her projects anymore. They could do whatever they want.
But
But as a celestial dragon, she doesn't have to worry about that.
I'll, I got a rebuttal to that. But what was you gonna say, Ragnaroks?
It's if Vegapunk, if the stars represents Vegapunk's consciousness together in unison, won't won't York's desire to be a celestial dragon is just Vegapunk's desire overall? But like Vegapunk always hid his desire or thought,
Yeah, you see, that's what.
and
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I know that you see what you're saying just now. That's the thing. Like, you know how you said like you guys were debating over whether or not Vegapunk created the what are they called again? The satellites like earlier, like a few years ago, and that made me think like it says that the SSG was created during the time skip, but then that makes me think is like, what if York was the first satellite instead of being created when the rest were?
I don't know, but
But I personally,
wanted to touch something you said though. First off, like Atlas, if she could negotiate becoming a celestial dragon, if she could put herself in a position where she could negotiate becoming a celestial dragon, she should easily be able to negotiate um just being the main scientist and having being betterly funded. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't.
if you could negotiate becoming a celestial dragon, that means which is like the highest level of a negotiation. But hey, I want y'all to make me to be treat. I want y'all to make me to this position, right? To this position of a celestial dragon. Why couldn't she just fund just being the only scientist working for the world government,
um,
having a huge
This
budget,
is
like
this is
almost. Hold on, let me finish. I'll let y'all finish. I'll let y'all talk. But y'all damn, to having almost a limitless budget and to not be bothered. And if she
that's
if they could take back her, if they could sit there and be like, you know what, we gave you all this, we'll take it back from you. Then they should be able to do the same thing as her as being a celestial dragon. Because she's not a real celestial dragon. The other celestial dragons
The Marines
probably
can't
won't
do
look at
anything.
her. The Gorosei can though.
But yeah, the Gorosei can. But that's what I've been. That's
bro,
what
the Marines,
personally.
the Marines can't appoint her. The Marines can't appoint her to be a celestial dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only the
Yeah, they
Gorosei
can't.
can appoint her as celestial dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah, but
if her demands of the world government or of the celestial dragon or the Gorosei, I mean, is to be unbothered by the Marines, then they're the ones who can make that happen.
But
Am I wrong?
Blunt, this is what I want to say. This want to say. Me personally, I don't believe that she got the bargaining chips to become a celestial dragon. Maybe she thinks she does, but I personally don't think that. Like, I feel like if she walks in front of a Gorosei, I think she'll just get shot immediately.
I agree,
Like, I don't think.
But my point is,
I don't.
why I'm saying this specifically though is you don't
Oh,
ask to become a you don't ask to become a celestial dragon to continue to be a scientist. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't agree with. That's why I don't agree with her wanting to be her wanting just be more of a scientist. This idea of like I want to not be like everyone's go to when they need sleep, when they need to pee, when they need to eat. I want to actually fund I want to do my own research and my own experiments and my own all that, right? Like that. I'm just going by that logic that I want to say you Ragnar, and I don't know if Ragnarok's went with that logic either. But if that's what I want, I don't want to become. Can I finish? If that's what I want, I don't want to become a celestial dragon. I just would rather be a scientist, continue being a scientist with more freedoms and more benefits and less involvement by the Marines. Because that's more realistic to get than becoming a celestial dragon.
This is the only thing I can really say is like, I don't really know how this character. Oh, sorry, but I just wanted to. It's gonna be quick. I just want to say that I don't know how this character behaves. I don't know how they think. They could decide to do anything when they become a celestial dragon, but like what you see as the most reasonable option might not be seen as the reasonable option for her. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Ragnarok.
Yeah, it all makes sense logically, but here's the thing. Terabito, the gods, they don't have any reason. They don't follow reason, nor logic. And Desire, like York specifically, killed logic itself, which is shocking. Like, and Desire would want to have everything, the authority to gain everything, which is the status of Celestial Dragon, which is possible. We don't know specifically what York wants. Either it's to actually be a scientist or to do research or just to get what she wants.
Okay.
But there's
that all right, so going off what you guys said, like first, again, I still don't really change anything I said. Like I can agree that she wants to be a celestial dragon because she wants everything, right? But I'm specifically speaking on the idea that she wants to be a celestial dragon because she wants to do stuff like she wants to do Vegapunk type stuff where she wants to still do research and still wants to do experiments. Because if that's what she wants, if that's really her desire, she still wants to do science. Why become a celestial dragon? You know what I mean?
Now,
if the argument that she just wants anything she wants, then okay, I get why she wants to be celestial dragon. I'm not even arguing against that logic right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if she wants to be, if her goal is to continue doing science stuff, then you demand from the Gorosei to put you in a position where you have you have that you can still do that stuff, and you don't you can't be bothered by others, and you have some power as well. Like you have damn near celestial dragon type power.
I personally don't. I personally think if you're a celestial dragon, I said this to Cuban back in the day. You have infinite funding. You print the money, so you would never have to worry about funding your projects anymore. Getting rid of the other Vegapunks gets rid of every other useless thing that York doesn't hurt them. So it makes her life easier to not have them around. There's plenty of motive. To be honest, there's more motive than there isn't, and that's where I stand on it.
All right.
That's what I'm saying, man. I expected us
I
to
still
meet a
think it's
lot of
Atlas.
characters.
Just to be clear, I still think it's Atlas. But go on.
Oh,
You think
okay.
it's Atlas?
I, I was expecting there to be a lot more characters like what's her name? Like uh like York. I was expecting there to be a lot. I was expecting us to run into a lot of characters that want to be celestial dragons, but we haven't run into much of them.
because York is the epitome of greed and desire.